All right. Shall I attempt to finish these up? Yes, yes. So in the last video, I was going to use this as a backup in case one of these broke. So I have a set of 4. I was going to do a set of 5, but I think I can finish all these in one video. Trying to finish 5 in a video that's 30 minutes or so is kind of pushing it. But I think I can do 4. I'll start with the most difficult ones first, the thickest ones, because I still got to thin down this one, I believe. Yeah, so I'll start with the thickest one first. See, I still got that spot right in the middle there. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. Start with the most difficult one first. Let's see, how much does it weigh? It seems to be having trouble when I tip it around. Let's see. $51.8. Which one is the thinnest and therefore the lightest? This one. 43. Okay, so it still could use some thinning down. Did you see it? No? No matter. I'm going to weigh all these at the end anyway. Okay, so I've got room to knock some thickness off as far as weight goes. Not all stone is the same weight. There are some stones that weigh more than others for the same size, the same volume. Yeah. And sometimes that happens within the same nodule. Some of the chert is more dense than the chert in other areas of the same nodule. It doesn't make sense, but that's the way it is. The difference is minor, but it does exist. Here we go. The wind is going to kick up and it's going to probably rain, but I'm ready. Yep. How am I ready? Whatever happens, I'm just going to wing it. That always makes you ready. Ready for anything. Yeah. So I'm just picking at it now. What did I do? I'm just picking at it now to reduce a little bit of the weight. I just jabbed myself pretty good with that flake in a weird way already. That's going to make it messy. Hold on. Yeah, I just barely started napping. Just barely. And there the sun is coming up too. See, these things, they don't bleed a lot unless I put lots of pressure on my fingertips. And guess what I do when I'm Flintknapping? I put a lot of pressure on my fingertips and it gets everywhere. All right. Let me see. Where was I before I was so crudely interrupted? Thinning it a little bit more. Yeah. That's not good. That's not good. What is happening? I'm grinding it when it's not releasing flakes. Well, I'm grinding it in the area around that place where I wasn't releasing, so I can take some flakes from around that area, because that area where I was taking flakes was well ground, but it didn't want to go. It's got some banding in it. I got a feeling the lighting is off. Let me see. Is it? Or is it doing its blurry thing? Or something's wrong with the glasses? Something's off. What is it? I don't know. Yikes. I wasn't paying attention to that one. I was looking away. Believe it or not, I looked away. I think I hit that too high. Well, it just makes it more narrow at the tip for the other ones. And someone says, you're making a clone of arrowheads? Arrowhead clones? Yes. That's how they used to do it. You think they made one at a time only? They used to make them in sets at least some of the time. I got a book about Ishi, the Indian, and how he made his. He would make them, I think it says 5 to 10 arrowheads or arrows at a time. Between 5 and 10 at a time. Something like that. Yeah, this is the most difficult one because it's not chipping easily. Let's see how much it weighs now. 47. All right, good. If we're within 2 grains, yeah, that's pretty close. All right, so I'm going to shape this one, and whatever this one turns out to be is what everything else is going to be like. Yeah. Because if I can do it on this difficult to knap piece, well, they're all very similar, but it's best to work on the most difficult to knap piece first. That way the other ones are much easier to make to spec. Because, yep, it is. These are being made to spec. They're matching each other. They're not matching a specific request. They're going to be matching each other. Now, if I was a hunter or a warrior back in the day, I would already have my standard arrowhead template either in my mind or as a pattern somewhere, either drawn on a piece of wood or leather, or maybe I keep my pattern as a pendant around my neck. Maybe I carve it into a stone or a piece of wood and lay the arrowhead over the top of my drawing. Maybe the drawing of my arrowhead is on my knife handle. That would be handy. And just refer to that every time. It's best to work off a pattern, in my view. It makes it much easier. For me. I don't know, maybe you guys are more of a do it by memory type of guys. I don't know. Yeah, I made some new tool tips just before the video. So that I wouldn't have much trouble doing this stage. So I'm just picking at the edge. This is the simplest way to sharpen and the fastest and the easiest for beginners. Just down pressure. You can do this with a spatula tool also, with the flat part. Like how? Not like this with the narrow part, but flat like this, and pop those off. But it gives you bigger flakes. But it does the same thing. I'm just taking the edge down so they'll be nice and symmetrical. And now I'm going to start the notching. Yeah. But before that, just to aggravate the people who can't stand slow progress, then you know who you are. I'm going to pick out a foreshaft that all of these will fit into. Because that's how they used to do it. Or at least it's one way. I don't know exactly how they used to do it, but there have been foreshafts found in the past, already made the same way, and they stash them in caches, foreshafts in caches. So that they can make the arrowheads to match. You make a bunch of foreshafts, and you don't even have to be a flint napper. You can have someone else making the foreshafts for you. They don't have to know how to flint knap. So I can use this one as a foreshaft pattern, or any other arrow foreshaft that I have in here. I got a couple of them that are useful. This is another one. It's not so deep, I don't think. Let's see. Or he's the same. Yeah, same depth. Where's the other one? I lost it. That's why I have these extras in here I haven't done the foreshaft for, or I haven't done the doodly-doos. Okay. The notches in the foreshaft. Yeah, the doodly-doos are the notches in the foreshafts. This is only one that's notched. What do I do with my other ones? Let's see. Oh, here's one. I know why I'm not using this one. Because I've got the little bitty, tiny arrowhead on that one. I don't want to lose that little bitty arrowhead. I could use this one as a pattern, but I won't. A pattern for the thickness of the arrowheads, so they all fit. And it's okay if they're a little bit loose, because the glue can make up for that. As long as they're not too fat to fit in there. All right, and then I'm going to do notches to match up with the foreshaft. Okay? The notches, the neck across is going to be made to fit this particular foreshaft. Yeah. All right. The easiest stuff for me to do is a corner notch, or close to corner notch. Let's see. This is going to be Borner notched. It's going to be a hybrid between base and corner notch. Because I'm going to try to make the barbs as long as possible, so I'm going to do the notching right here. Technically it's the base, but it's right at the corner, so I call it a Borner. Yeah. Borner notched. All right, so here we go. It's just a nail, 16 penny nail. These are not that easy to do, but since it's good stone, I am confident that I won't mess it up too bad. I am going to probably mess it up, but it won't be too bad. I know I'll blow away the corner of either the ear or the barb here. on one of them. Start out small, narrow. Do we have a storm cloud coming in? Yes, I just checked. It's ominous. I don't know if you can hear the wind building up outside. Hear it? We'll have to close the door. I'm probably going to have to widen that notch. I still got lots of room. Yeah. Okay. I'm widening it because it's really thick and I need to have a wider notch to get to that. I don't know how to explain it. What does get to that mean? Get in there to pop those flakes out like that. Abbreviated, it means get to that. To get in there and pop the flakes out like that. Yeah. And you got to remember, one of the rules in notching is do not increase the pressure too much as you're going inward. Do not, because that's the formula for popping off a barb or an ear. You start increasing the pressure too much, you're going to be sorry. And if it stalls, it stalls. That's it. You're gonna have to bring out the file or do something. Yeah, we're getting close to the limit of how wide that notch can be. So I don't want that base to be too narrow. Let's do the other side. It's starting to rain. Bring them. Let's see. I don't want this to be blurry time. I have to get my hand in the corner over here. How many minutes? 18 minutes. But I was doing some blabbing. I was doing some yapping and not napping. So I should be able to notch all of these. And bring the sides in to match this one's dimensions. So all I'm doing is crunching these notches in. Being careful not to apply too much pressure and keep it about the same amount of pressure. You can't get around it. Sometimes you gotta increase it slightly, but it's risky. Yeah, see, those pop outs can't be too intense. You can't be using all that much pressure. And see, if you focus on this side of the notch first instead of that side, and get that popped out and thinned down, it works well. come on. Yeah, see. So that one is deep enough on that side. I just gotta, I'm gonna take the file, I think, and file this notch. How would they do it back in the day? Hold on a second. They would do something like this. They would try to pick it out with a sharp pressure flaker of bone or something, of antler or bone. Antler actually works pretty good. As long as you have good, strong antler, you can pop out the bottoms of the notches when they stall. But it's got to be good, hard bone or antler. Bone is not that great for notching. I just want to let you know. When someone says you should use a piece of bone for the notching, it's not that great. It shows that they haven't done much work with bone. Or they're experts with bone. One of the two. Because no one can seem to get their result. So yeah, no one can seem to get their result because either they're talking from inexperience, they've never really done it, or they've got a lot of experience, they know how to do it with a piece of bone, and none of us are that experienced. All right, yeah, I've got to make sure I don't have anything down here that these arrowheads can drop onto. All right, so I got as far as I could before it's totally stalled, and it's clean at the bottom of the notch, so I'm going to file it so I can go further. Yeah. So I can match the other side. It doesn't matter too much which side you choose as long as it's going to work. Yeah, I don't know. I could choose either side. You have to favor one side or the other. Make that angle steep enough to pop out a flake. You'll see. Hopefully. Make sure this doesn't have like a burr on it. It's gotta be smooth. You don't want to feel a burr or a rollover, because if they do roll over, use spatula tools when you're notching. All right, see, so I'm gonna push at the bottom of that. See that? It popped out a flake. It focuses on everything except what I wanted to focus on. You see the area where I pushed right in the middle, right where that filing was. Okay. It popped out a flake, which makes it thinner. And I'll just keep popping out little flakes on the side to prepare it for a pop out on this side. Should only need one more pop out. Yeah. I'm going to pop out something right here. See where I'm at? I'm going to pop that first, because I have a place to rest my tool right there. Pop that side out first. Take a look. Yeah, it's not that great. Let's see. It didn't release entirely. Push in the middle. Popped everything else out. It's still kind of crunchy. Let's see if I can clean it up. It didn't get that clean, but it's good enough. Yes, yes. Good, good. Right, right. Nice, nice. Yeah, this is a little bit stressful. Come on. It gets easier with the next ones that you do. Let me see. Let me try the... Where's my utility knife? Pop out those annoyances. Yes. No. All I'm doing is putting metal marks in there. Yeah. That's all I'm doing. Dang it. That's all I'm doing. Okay. I tried. Let's see. You didn't try good enough, man. Just keep picking at it. Picking at it. Pick it, pick it. Yeah. Just like bad acne, right? Just keep picking at it. It'll get better. It'll look a lot worse in the beginning, but it'll get better. Just keep picking at it. No. It doesn't get better. Come on. I just took that flake right there. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, I'm going to go down. I'm done with the notching. All right? Just in case you didn't know, this is close enough. The neck is close enough in width. The neck is across that area where the notches are. I don't want to get too crazy with that because it'll snap the stem off. That's close enough. It doesn't have to be exact match to the width of the foreshaft. It can be a little bit off. See, I got about 32nd of an inch on each side, or maybe less. You know what I'm talking about, right? The neck is wider than the foreshaft at that point, which is okay. Ideally, you would have the same width. Ideally. But I'm not going to do it on this one because I'm worried about snapping off the stem. If I make this neck too narrow. Yeah. For the video, I don't feel like snapping the neck. It wouldn't be nice anyway. It'd be rude to snap the neck of my arrowhead. Yeah. The arrowhead doesn't like it. All the way down to the end of the barbs. I'm going to sharpen everything. And yeah, I should have sharpened this before, but I'm just going to take little bitty flakes. Come on. It doesn't do any good to be crunchy. It's got to be snappy. So this is a little more inward for us than before. Instead of going straight down, you just risk the step fractures when you start putting inward force on it. Dang it. Let's see. Yeah, as close as I'm going to get. 30 minutes already. How am I going to do the other 3? I'm taking too long on this one. Oh yeah, I showed you how to file the notch. These barbs are a little bit more delicate than I was thinking of doing. That's the way it always goes. Always make it a little more difficult on myself than necessary. I don't know why. Or it just becomes that way. Yeah. One of the hardest things that I had to deal with when I first started was, how do I keep it from wobbling? It takes fingertip adjustment to your anatomy. Yeah. Believe it or not, my fingertips have changed over the years. Maybe not, you can't see it, but they've gotten a lot less squishy. Yeah. You have to make your fingertips a lot less squishy. Some guys don't have that problem. And I guess I don't have enough testosterone or something, because my fingers have always been squishy until I started napping. Alright, so do the tip. The very tippity tip. Step fracture already, right there. Of course. Any minute now. We're almost there yet. The first one is the most difficult. And if you want to see serrations and stuff, you can look at one of my other videos. Did they put this much effort into the real ones? Yeah, sometimes. If you look at some of the real ones, they're very picky about the tips and the barbs. Sometimes they're not, but sometimes they are. I'm just going over the dull spots. It seems I didn't get all the dull spots yet. I tried thinning the edge, but I didn't get all the dull spots. Yeah, good enough. Translucency, a little bit of banding. All right, so that's how I'm going to do it. Let's see if I can pick out some more of these little fingernail step fractures. The blurry. There's one of them. There we go. I'm putting a lot of pressure on that. It's not coming out. That's good enough. So I'll do the other ones like that too. So the other ones will fit. Yeah. It's okay. This one's actually shorter. What did I do? They're not going to match exactly? Oh well. I think I'm going to do the rest off camera and just show you the results when I'm done. It's going to be the same old boring stuff. 38. Let me see. Yeah, 37.8, which is 38 grains. So I'm going to do the rest off camera. Yeah, I know. And then show you the results. It's all going to be the same. Same stuff. It's already 37 minutes. Yeah. What? Oops. Would I leave that much wood sticking out the top? I mean, I've seen it done like that before, but usually what I do is the wood does not extend much past the top of the notches. I don't like too much sticking out the top. It's stronger that way, yeah, but I'd rather cover all of the glue and the wood with wrapping and not leave exposed wood and exposed glue. Why? Because when the glue melts, if it gets hot, the glue melts and it gets all sticky. If you got wrapping over the glue, it doesn't come through and stick to everything else. How do I know? I don't know. Yeah. Let's get a picture of that. And then picture of the other ones. Can I get them all in one shot? Everything all in one shot? Probably not. One shot? Probably not. I don't know. I'm going to try it. Yes. Okay, that's it.